Hello, chat. It has actually been a long time. It has been a long time since we've done some classy fish TikTok reacts. I've been putting them off for a while, and the reason is, frankly, as much short form content as is posted on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, there's not that many new good content fish stuff to react to, or even like properly bad. It's mostly just like people catching big fish and posting about it, or like reposting the same video for the millionth time. But today I have rounded up some of the greatest, the best and brightest in the world of short form content, and I have rotted my brain specifically to bring you the best and brightest. Let's take a look. TikTok number one, the tone setter for the night.
Today you are going to learn about the megafauna. This is the theory where giant creatures from the bottom of the ocean.
You will not be learning about that because it's not real.
Oh, I should turn music off. Look, it's Whirly. Look, it's my friend. Some of you in the Discord might know that. That's Whirly. I know them. That's Whirly.
Today you are going to learn about the megafauna. This is the theory where giant creatures from the bottom of the ocean.
You will not be learning about that because it's not real, it's not true, it never has been, and it never will be. There is an immense amount of pressure at the bottom of the ocean. Every 10 meters of depth, there is...
I read the tiny text on this fish. It says, "Ignore this guy. He's covering my cat's litter box."
one more atmosphere of pressure. And so at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, there is 1,071 times more pressure than at sea level.
Yeah, you become a smoothie. If you were in one of those vessels that went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench and the glass ever broke, it would like before you could blink, you would just become human smoothie.
Imagine saying there is a gigantic woolly mammoth hiding under Mount Everest. He might be there, but he is squashed like a bug and he certainly is not living.
That's true.
To quote my buddy AVNJ, he's a fish biologist.
That's me! I'm in the TikTok!
Imagine playing hide and seek and then digging a grave and then covering yourself up with dirt and then saying, "I win, I win." You win, but at what cost?
I said that? I don't remember saying that. Bro, I've been doing YouTube too long. You know I've been doing YouTube too long when someone quotes me and I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't even remotely remember saying that. Like, not even a little. Like, that doesn't even sound to me like something that I would say. That's how long it's probably been. I probably said that like 3 years ago. Wow. Everyone say thank you, Whirly, for that incredible content. That was great. Thank you, Whirly. Why would you put a bass in a small tank? He will not grow. This music is, I don't know if it's copyrighted. We moved him to a 75 gallon, but realized he was still growing too fast. Yeah, because it's a freaking largemouth bass. They're in every pond in the entire country and even out of country for a reason. They're good to catch and they grow fast and survive easy. And you made a pond. You just ended up exactly where you should have released the bass in the first place. You just made a pond. Bro, he's gonna get too big for that pond too. I mean, the pond is cool, I won't lie. I like the pond. Didn't we see this guy before? I don't think so. Oh, we might have seen the person. Free lily pads. Bro, you did not have to go swimming for them, but okay. What fish did they put in there? I didn't really get to see the fish. Oh, he's gonna eat the hell out of them fish. Cool. You got a largemouth bass. He's going to outgrow that pond eventually. So all the work you put into that pond, you're going to have to do it again. But, oh well. Parasitic twin. Oh, geez. That is, is this like the two-headed snakes? Well, I guess it's not quite... Well, no, I guess it is. It looks alive. It looks like it's breathing. Now, here's a question. Does having a separate set of gills to diffuse oxygen into your blood, is that an advantage or a disadvantage? And also, like, if a predator was going to go after you, they'd probably just eat that thing and you'd be fine. Am I crazy to say this could be an... Obviously, it's not on purpose and it's not a good survivability thing. Is that an arowana? Yeah, it looks like an arowana. But, like, I feel like this could be beneficial. Am I crazy to say that? How does it not get caught anything? Well, yeah, that's the bad part. It definitely would get caught on things, but usually they have arowanas and tanks that don't have a lot of stuff in them. You think that it's staged? What, do you think they like glued something? You're probably right. It probably would have more flesh attached. It looks barely attached. Its eye is moving though. You're right. The eyes are moving. And actually it looks like the gills are too. Well, what gills it has. I think you're right. Unless there's like random current in the tank that is somehow making that happen. I think it might be real. That's crazy. I've never seen that. I don't think I've seen two-headed fish, and I've seen fish where like there's kind of a head on the side of the body. I think I made a whole video about that, the devilfish, but I don't think I've seen that kind of thing before. This creek in Austria is full of aquarium fish. Cichlids, plecos, platies. Is it a spring, a hot spring? I bet. Bruh. We have this in a couple places. Well, Florida is basically this for the United States. The entire state of Florida is just every fish in the world that's kept in the aquarium trade has been released by someone at some point in Florida, whether on purpose or not. You fish any waters in Florida and there are just fish that originated in aquariums everywhere. Plecos are a great example of that. But then there's also places like, I think there's a hot spring in like Idaho maybe? Or maybe it's Utah, something like that. There's a random hot spring creek, and that has like guppies and stuff in it. It's very interesting. How do you accidentally dump a fish? I don't know. Maybe you're like carrying your 10-gallon tank to the car and you slip and fall comically on a banana peel and launch it into the air and the fish ends up in the local creek. Dude, someone sent this to me on Instagram. I rarely check my DMs on Instagram. Dude, what? This is insane. I just can you even take the fish out? I have to imagine it's detachable, but like, dude. And look how little water there is. She didn't even fill it completely with water. This doesn't even look good. This looks actively bad. I wouldn't even say it looks medium. This actively looks bad. There's no hope for this world. Even beyond the abusive thing, let's just pretend we don't care about fish for a second. If I show up to the baby shower and they're looking like this, how do you even come up with this? Whatever weed the guy was smoking at that one fish farm that made him pour bleach in the fish farm, whatever was in that weed was in whatever this person has on a daily basis. It took me far too long to notice there was a fish in the dress. Do you think I was just like judging this woman's dress for some reason? I was just making fun of her for fun. Just get fake fish? Yeah, that would be the easy thing. Cut into the fish to reveal the gender. They've been feeding it a color food to slowly turn its gut lining a certain color. And like blueback shad versus what are the other ones that I now can't remember? American? No, not American. American are obvious. Blueback and fuck, dude. They're not called shad. Someone help me. What's the other Alosa that you crack open to tell the difference? Blueback and blueback, hickory, alewife. Alewife, right? No, not alewife. It's not alewife. What is the other Alosa? You're all useless. Usually someone in chat knows the answers to my questions. Nope, not bullheads. You're not helpful. Oh, it is probably alewife. Yeah, it's alewife. Because these are the 4 in New Jersey. Okay, blueback versus alewife. You crack them in half. And if there's black on the gut lining, it's a blueback herring. Or a blueback shad, blueback herring, whatever. Basically, we got to do that to reveal the gender of the baby. Alosa sounds like a British guy saying hello to an older gentleman. Alosa! Holy shit, you're right. It does sound like that. That sounds intense. It's really funny. You can really traumatize people. I've taught an ichthyology class, or just like been at the ichthyology class into like a teaching-ish position. And you'll pull the shad out of the water. And the thing, if you know anything about river herring, like shad and alewife and all that, the instant they come out of the water, they die. They're the most sensitive thing ever. They just die instantly. And so they're already dead when you do it. If you're holding them in your hand, they're pretty much already dead. But the kids in the class don't know that. So you take the fish and you go, all right, kids, how do we tell if this is an alewife or a blueback herring? And they're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe we look at the patterning. And then I go, and I'm like, tell me its gut color. What color of its gut lining? And everyone cries and shrieks and throws up. No, it's not usually that big of a deal. But yeah, it is traumatizing for them because they think that the fish are alive and they're not. These fish just fall apart. I'd cry to my mom. That's child abuse. This was a college class. Traumatizing the future fish people. This is, hey, if they didn't like that, because you know what? When I was in ichthyology, I'm sounding like a boomer right now. When I was in ichthyology class, they did that to me. I had that exact, the teacher did that. He cracked open the shad and made a funny face. And everyone made a gross reaction to it. And I thought it was cool. And that's why I became the fish man. That moment right there. So you know what? You know what? 19 out of those 20 students went home and cried. I caused generational trauma. Their children's children will hear the word shad and they'll shiver and not know why. But that one person, I changed their life. They're an ichthyologist now. Reenact the face he made. My professor would crack him open and go. And he was bald too, so I can do an extra. You know what's crazy? My impressions of bald people have gotten 10 times better now that I'm bald. It turns out if you're bald, people just think that you look like the person. Like, I could never do a Walter White impression. Now I can do a Walter White impression because I don't have any hair. It's really easy. Real bald man energy. You guys want to see my impression of a housefly? You guys want to see my impression of a fly? All right, this is my impression of a fly. They just be doing that shit, bro. I'm telling you. I saw that online. It made me... Took me a second. Thank you. I might not be able to do like a good Marge Simpson impression or, you know, many famous people, but I think my fly impression, they are surprisingly into personal hygiene. Editor, keep this in the YouTube video. Oh, he wouldn't take it out even if I asked him to.